Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We're back in the European Sprint Challenge in the Cadillac GTP. Let's get into it. We're going to start the race today in position 10. Strength of the field is in 1987. We're going to gain one position there in the yellow Cadillac on the inside, and then lose it on the outside. We'll pull back in, make a defensive run here. We're going to keep our position. Nose to tail into the chicane. Looks like we're starting this race with a 12:33 rating, 1.2K. A decent amount of points on the board. You can see a big crash behind us. We'll slip back in and defend our position. Looks like a couple cars went off in the gravel ahead. We've got a run on the BMW or Cadillac. You can see another slow blue Cadillac in the back. LMP2 is right on the tail of the GTP cars. This is a 3-class field. We have the hypercars or GTPs with AIA. And there's going to be the LMP2s, the Le Mans Protocol 2. And GT3 cars as well. Going side by side in turn 1. They are going to challenge us for it. We'll let them have it. Slipping back in. Looks like we're still in 10th. Whoever went off in front of us, we must have lost those same positions that we're doing. BMW taking a big defensive line here. Maybe just going slow. We're now on their tail. This is a 1-hour-long race. How many laps we go will depend on where the leader is when that hour expires. Here at Monza. Looking to maintain our position currently. The BMW that was slow earlier is staying just ahead of us. This says we're in 10th, the yellow Cadillac going a little bit off track behind us. Ooh, you can see the yellow Cadillac losing control behind. It's going to be in the way on turn 1, blocking the road. It'll take them a second to get turned around. Still have one car right behind us, but due to that yellow Cadillac going off and slowing everybody else up. Ooh, a blue Cadillac in front went off. It should be another position for us. We're going to have to let this yellow Cadillac to the inside go by. Slip back into that slipstream. Shouldn't get away from us too much here, but we now have a decent gap behind. Really nobody to worry about at the moment. Looking to try and get our position back. Looks like we might still be in 10th. Nicholas cars seem to be aggressively blocking for a lot of this. I don't think that we were being as aggressive blocking when we were doing this, trying to keep some safety rating. Although I believe my safety rating is 4.3 something at this point. So we do have the luxury to block a little bit and have a few incidences per race. We're still right on the tail of the yellow Cadillac in front of us, still in 10th. Started the race in 10th. Plenty of points available on the board here today. They are averaging nearly a 2,000 rating. If we can get near the front of the pack, we ought to be able to come home with a lot of points today. Possible issues with the cars behind. I think we had a BMW behind us, and now it's just Cadillacs, it looks like. The gap to the car behind looks like it is increasing. Still running in the high 136s for laps. This is an hour-long race. We'll have to pit for fuel at least once. The gap to the Cadillac in front is opening up just slightly, but still we're keeping it within that second. We're going slightly wide into the gravel. That'll give us a little bit of room to catch up. We're still all over them, putting the pressure on. Decent exit out of that corner into the straightaway. And then if we try and make a move here. Not quite close enough, didn't really have to run, it seems. Trying to stay in that slipstream, give us an advantage. Maybe we can pull in, try and get around one of these corners. Gonna flash our lights. We might have a run on them in the main straight. See if we can get them in turn one. Going side by side. We are going to get in front. Slightly wide, hitting the sausage curbs, but it looks like we held on to it for a little bit. We're going to have the inside line coming up here. Doesn't look like they have the run on us. Should be in ninth now. Got our position back from the yellow Cadillac. Oh no, losing control of it a little bit. We're going out in the gravel. Gonna lose a couple spots here maybe. Trying to get back on track. Don't see anybody behind yet. Pulling the gravel out. Fell down to 10th. Didn't lose another yet. The blue Cadillac behind is still a couple seconds back. When we come back across the line, we'll see if we're still in 10th. I believe we are. We didn't lose another spot there, just to the yellow Cadillac who was right behind us. We did manage to catch and get by, and then we made a mistake going out in the gravel. Thankfully we didn't hit the wall or anything. No damage to the vehicle yet. Fingers crossed we keep it that way. And then turn 1. We did come in pretty hot on that corner last time we hit the curb. Maybe upset the car a little bit, which is what forced the error in this upcoming chicane. Using all of the track there. Looks like we could be closing the gap to the yellow Cadillac in front. Maybe they made a mistake? It's possible we simply have pace on them. Start to close that gap up and maybe get that back. Lots of time left in the race. About 49 minutes still to go. We will have to pit once. The pit strategy will probably be to take tires. We'll figure that out in later races. You can see a couple Cadillacs behind, a blue and a white one. Looks like our real same running high 136s. I think we're capable of running into the 134s though. The leaders of this race are most likely running 134s. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're battling for 9th. Made a mistake and went out of the gravel. We're still in 10th and looking to recover that position still. Looks like we might be starting to catch some of the GT3 field. Oh! One of them took out a Cadillac in front. Is that for 9th, I believe? Around the Ford GT3 here. That is 9th position. Seeing some more GT3 cars just ahead. Might have put a little more space between us and the blue Cadillac behind. Traffic does change things quite a bit sometimes. Some people are much better at getting through traffic than others. Some people just are way riskier. And sometimes too impatient. Looks like we're gonna get to the inside of these GT3 cars. Maybe just one. Should have this one on exit. We're gonna give them the space. Try and get a good exit into this other straight. Trying not to let the yellow Cadillac in front get away. Could see him briefly there. We did start this race in P10, have managed to get up to P9 a few times. Some minor mistakes made us lose that position. See the yellow Cadillac in front, dealing with some GT3 cars into turn 1. That might slow them down a little bit. Doesn't look like we're going to have the same issue. Hitting an okay exit, using all of the track there. Blue Cadillac behind might be catching slightly. It's possible they were in front of us earlier and they made a mistake and have pace on us, but it'll take them a few laps to really catch. Catching some Corvettes up ahead. Nearly identical paint schemes, it looks like. Still in 9th place. Trying to keep that gap to the car behind opened up. Corvette's gonna slow us down a little bit in Parabolica here. Hopefully we get an alright exit. Looks like maybe we're closing the gap to the car in front just a little bit with several seconds still. And Cadillac taking a hard dive in turn 1, closing the gap a bit. Gonna have to go around this Corvette. Maybe they'll have to deal with it into this corner. Yeah, we got the space. They're gonna be slowed up by the GT3 car behind. Looks like it's somewhere about a second to the blue Cadillac behind. We're just gonna try and race as clean as possible. See if we can't increase that gap a little bit more. I'm sure we're feeling the pressure. We're not quite there yet to make the move. Looks like we might be starting to catch some LMP2 cars and GT3s to a mixture of them. Possibly unusual to be catching LMP2 cars this early. We're still in 9th. Was hoping that some of the cars in front would make some more errors and allow us... Ooh, the LMP2 car losing control. The cars in front make some more errors and allow us to close that gap and gain some more positions. These racers' ratings are higher up there, so less likely of a chance for that happening now. Still, any of them could make a mistake at any point, giving us that opportunity. And we'll be looking for it whenever we can. Can see the yellow Cadillac in front. Maybe we are closing the gap. Catching some GT3 cars who are looking to battle Corvette. Peeking to the inside of the Porsche there. Looks like these are their class leaders, first and second. Not giving us much room, huh? Blue Cadillac slightly compromised into that chicane. We should have a better exit, but they are still back there, less than a second gap. So slightly closing the gap each lap. I think that is also pushing us a little bit, and we're possibly catching that yellow Cadillac in front of us. We'd like to hold on to position 9 right now. We did get it and lose it and get it and lose it. Maybe once more. The gap to the car behind just under a second, it looks like. I think in certain areas we are faster. LMP2 car just ahead. We can see the Cadillac, the yellow one, much clearer. We will probably need to pass the LMP2 on the main straight here. They're going to be forced to the inside. Got the blue Cadillac. Looks like we have a slightly better exit than them out of the first chicane. Just trying to hold ninth currently. A little over 22 minutes into the race. This is an hour-long race. We'll need to pit once. Hopefully we can choose a good time to pull in. Not sure if the pit window is open yet. If it isn't, it will be open soon, I would assume. Feel like maybe we keep closing the gap to the yellow Cadillac ahead of us. Could see some more Cadillacs battling behind, a blue one in the distance with a white one. It looks like they got the blue Cadillac gotten by the white one. We're trying to hold off a blue Cadillac behind too. This is for 9th position. I'm going to take an inside defensive line, and when I see they're not taking it, we'll go back out to the racing line. See if we can't get a good exit out of the chicane again. Ooh, slightly going loose there, touching the gravel maybe. Still in 9th. Gap to the car behind is significantly closed in the last couple laps. Doesn't seem like we're able to get that gap opened up much more. They're going to use that slipstream in all these straights. Trying to figure out where they're faster, maybe. Hopefully we continue taking the defensive line. Pit window isn't open now, it should be open soon. We might be seeing cars pitting soon, or they may be pushing it as far as they can as well. I think we're going to push our fuel to the limit. I'm not sure what strategy we're going to take exactly. Maybe we were able to open up the gap to the car behind a little bit on that lap. They don't look as close to us as they were. Which is good news. little smoke in front, not sure what that is. It's possible we cut that corner. We have to take a slowdown penalty. We're probably doing it here. Maybe not. We might have been alright. It's an all a track. You can see a GT3 car just ahead. Still staying just ahead of this blue Cadillac. I think maybe they only have a few tenths on us overall and are struggling to find a way by. I think we're getting decent exits out of a lot of these chicanes and S's that they aren't able to capitalize on the straights. I'm going to see if we can't put a GT3 car in between us and open up that gap a little more. Ooh, the GT3 car went off the track. We're going to pull into the pits here, locking them up. So it looks like we're going to take the early pit strategy, coming in for fuel. We'll most likely get tires. We're going to lose a few spots here, but hopefully we will gain them back in the long run. We did pit in 9th. Started the race in 10th. Looks like an LMP2 car has also finished their pit stop. Like we'll get in just behind this BMW and GT3 car. Car says we were 10th when we crossed the start finish line. That's because the blue Cadillac was right on our tail. But we've relieved that pressure now. Now we get to put on the pressure with the BMW just in front. We should be faster. We did take our pit stop early. It looks like we may have fallen back to 12th after our pit stop. Which isn't too bad, actually. We did take on 4 fresh tires, so we're looking to heat those up before putting in really fast hard laps. It looks like this is 14th now. We'll see when we cross the start finish line what that fully updates to. Okay, let's see, there it is. Alright, go around the LMP2, still says 14th. It's okay, we came into the pits in 9th, ended up in 14th after our out lap is finished. Nearing the halfway point of the race, we should be fueled to the end, and we should have some fairly fresh tires all the way to the end as well. Double stinting for a full hour will slow down the vehicles in front of us, so maybe taking those fresh tires isn't such a terrible strategy with a full hour race. We're gonna let the GT3 car ahead a little bit so we can get a good run out of the straight. Porsche nearly blocking us. Can see a BMW just ahead of us. darker blue colored Cadillac behind, maybe? Just a few cars behind now. I would assume I have the pace on some of these cars. My tires should be up to 10th finally. We should be fueled to the end. Currently in 14th. Pit window's open. And you'll need to wait and see when that closes where we end up. A little over a minute past the halfway point. You can see a Cadillac behind. Maybe catching, maybe not. Looks like nearly the same gap as before. Catching some more of the LMP2 field. They are fairly quick. They're mostly able to run the same speeds through the corners. I'm going to stay a little wide there. We should be overtaking them no problem on the main straight. Looks like we're up to 13th. Most likely cars pitting and giving us those positions back. Maybe it's 12th it says. No, it's a 3. That LMP2 car just ahead. Catching a GT3 as well. I think that we ought to be able to get a good exit here on this long straightaway without the GT3 compromising our line too much. Possibly even catching and passing the LMP2 just ahead. We might make a move to the inside. No, okay. Hoping to just pass them on the main straight. We'll catch through these S's a little bit. There we go. See the Cadillac behind looking to draft off that LMP2. We're going to stay nice and wide, giving them plenty of room. A little compromised on that exit. The Cadillac behind is going to close the gap slightly. Coming across the line, I think we're still 13th. Yeah, LMP2 going off track in front. They're going to have a big slowdown penalty after that. It's really one of the main places on track that the marshals will penalize you for. You really can't go outside that chicane. Doesn't look like they're wanting to take that slowdown penalty. Maybe they're going to try and do it here. Getting somewhat in our way. Blue Cadillac behind is going to make the pass there. Let's say they're in second. Well, it took them quite some time to pass us. That may not have been for position if they didn't pit yet. And then due to our pit stop, we're just one lap behind currently. It could be wrong. BMW behind going slightly wide. Well, we're trying not to let this Cadillac in front of us get away. Having trouble reading their LCD panel to see what place they're in, if it's at second or if it's at 12th. I don't think our pit stop would take that long that we would be lapped. Maybe. Currently in 13th place. We've been in 13th for a couple laps. Do you think that it's not a great lap? See if... Yeah, we're still in 13th. I'm in 136s. Now, I think that the pit window will be starting to close in the next 5 minutes or so. You can see the Cadillac in front getting slowed up a little in the chicane. GT3 BMW, you can see one of the hypercar BMWs behind us. Hard to know if that's for position or not. These cars most likely have to pit still. We did take an early pit strategy, hoping that'll pay off for us. But sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, let's see if we can see some of the cars ahead. Somebody's pulled off and reset. You can still see that blue Cadillac in front of us, looking to get by the GT3 on the inside. LMP2 cars coming out of the pits as well. Briefly going 3 wide, locking it up. We're going to slow down the GT3 car slightly with an accident. A lot happening in turn 1 there. Wasn't expecting the LMP2 car to be coming out of the pits. Probably gonna see a lot more cars needing to pit. Up to 12th now. Not sure if we gained that one spot due to a car pitting or if it was that car that had pulled off to the side to reset. See the BMW a little more clearly behind us, but I'd guess they still have to pit. I'd assume a lot of the cars around us have to still. We're on board for a minute, see if we can't see some cars pitting or not. GT3 car coming out of the pits just ahead. I wonder if they pulled out early. You're not supposed to pull out before the blue cone there. They will get flagged for that if they do. Says we're in 11th. Gain another spot back, most likely due to cars leaving the pit. Pit window should be closing here soon. Just under 20 minutes left in the race. Currently in 11th. I think we have an okay pit strategy this time. We should have some of the freshest tires at the end if they don't take any on. You can see some of the Cadillacs ahead now. We'll get a good view if they're pulling into the pits or not. Could gain some positions here. Slowly catching this GT3 car. It's hard to tell if anybody's pulled into the pits or not. GT3 coming out of the pits. We're going to get pinched a little bit. Looks like we are back up into 10th, locking it up a little bit in the chicane. Did okay on the exit. Back up to 10th. We did start 10th. We did work our way up to 9th a couple times, but we did lose that position. Last time we lost it was when we pitted early and fell from 9th to 14th or so. Working our way back up now. Most cars should have pitted by now. We went on a fuel strategy. Maybe they're having to do it this lap. So we might get one more back. With just a little over 15 minutes to go in the race. This is an hour-long race. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tips and donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, everyone. This is a special A-license series, the European Sprint Car Series. They don't hold this every quarter. I don't even know if they do it every year necessarily. But we wanted to give it a shot. We had just recently earned our A-license and we were exploring. And I am not upset with that at all. Looks like we're up to 9th position. Gained another out of the pits possibly. We're back up where we were before the pit stop. I don't see anyone behind us yet. Just a GT3 car in front at the moment. I do like to try and flash my lights as much as possible for these cars that are in the other classes. Just trying to make sure they know that I'm there and where I'm at. We can see a car in front, possibly for 8th position. Car behind. Still don't see anybody even after that whole straight. Gonna come out of parabolic onto the main straight, and maybe we'll get another shot at seeing if they're there or not. Don't see them yet. 2 hypercars in front, it looks like, battling. Maybe they're gonna open up and give us an opportunity to close the gap. Just about 13 minutes to go in the race. Pit window is most likely closed for the lead group. And maybe an LMP2 just in front. Time is starting to tick down. We're currently in 9th, hoping to see one of those cars up ahead slip up and let us close the gap. Catching an LMP2 car now and a GT3 just in front of them. Looks like they're moving slow off to the side, possibly due to damage. They've only got one more turn before they're into the pits, so they see them going there. Looks like they took damage. Getting around the not the GT, the LMP2 on the main straight, nice and clean. Looks like that is the 3rd place LMP2 we just passed. So just 2 more ahead to worry about and pass. Looks like we can see 2nd place just ahead. I'm not sure if the Cadillacs ahead are still battling. We will see in a little bit, I think. Hopefully we can close the gap if they battle enough. Just over 10 minutes to go in the race. Not seeing 10th behind us at all. So we have a pretty good gap to the car behind. Looks like the gap to the car in front is opened up a little bit. They're not battling as hard as they were last lap. Looks like we can see the lead LMP2 cars just ahead, along with a little bit of GT3 cars intermixed. Oh no, LMP2 going slow in front forced us to lock it up out in the grass. Trying to recover back on track now. Looking to shake those rocks in the dirt on our tires. Maybe we can see the BMW 10th place car just behind. We're going to need to catch and pass these LMP2 cars again. And their gap is closed quite a bit. GT3 car. We'll get by before the Lesmos. Well, one of the few actual mistakes that we've made in this race, we had to lock it up to avoid contact with an LMP2 car. Looking to try and get by them again up here. They're going to go to the inside, giving us the racing line. We should catch the GT3 car out of Parabolica. Looks like the LMP2s are going to battle for second soon. I can see maybe the first one, that turquoise, way ahead. We are still in 9th. We did start the race in 10th. Slight lock up there, maybe going into the gravel. You can see the BMW behind us, just reaching turn 1 as we're exiting there. Pretty decent sized gap. Looks like maybe that third place LMP2 did finally pass and got into second. A little over 7 minutes to go in the race. When we end will depend on where the leader is when time runs out. Start to see some of the cars ahead much clearer now. 2 LMP2s going side by side into Parabolica. One of them is most likely a back marker. One of them is probably the leader in the class. We should catch and pass this GT3 car before turn 1, I think. We're going to take the inside line on them. We won't break them. Shouldn't be too much of a problem, but it did compromise our entrance and exit into that first chicane. Some of the lower class cars now. This is really where it starts to heat up near the end of the race a lot of the times, because you're having to catch and pass both classes in this one. Looks like that turquoise LMP2 is probably the one in first place in the class. Still in 9th. Going a little wide there. You have to watch out for this GT3 car. We're just gonna let that LMP2 know we are there. We gotta be able to catch and pass on the main straight here cleanly. Maybe we can start to see 8th place in front. I could tell. Looks like they're going to give us a little flash letting us know it's okay to go by and that they're clear. And they are in second in their class. Look at that. So was that battle behind for something else? Maybe only 3rd and 4th. Doesn't matter, they're not in class. About 4.5 minutes remain in the race. Still in 9th. Not much of a glimpse of the cars in front of or behind. We can see the BMW behind us pop up a little bit here and there. That isn't who we were battling for ninth when we pulled into the pits. Not sure what happened to that car. We only see LMP2 and GT3s ahead. BMW is basically a whole straightaway behind us. I guess that's at least 6 seconds. We could make a mistake and not lose that position, but we're hoping we don't make that mistake. And the car in front does, so we can close that gap up and possibly get by before the end of the race with just a few minutes left to go. Racing a pretty clean race this time. Just one mistake going off track. Kept our car pretty clean, no damage really. Raced a little bit safely maybe, but that was going to allow us to finish at least, I think. Just a few more laps to go. I'm wondering where first place really is on track right now. I can only see LMP2s ahead. Maybe the BMW behind starting to close the gap a little bit. Probably mostly because of traffic, but they're going to have to deal with the same traffic in different places, so traffic does give and take away. Should have a decent run into turn 1 here. BMW behind going to that first chicane with some traffic. You might see that gap opening up a little bit more. As long as we don't make any mistakes, they shouldn't have the pace to even come close to catching us. Just about a minute remaining. Probably one more lap after we complete this one. Still in 9th. Passing some GT3 cars here. We'll probably catch the LMP2 right before the next turn. You can see the BMW behind just showing up as we're coming out of that straightaway. We should be able to pass this LMP2 on the main straight here. You can see a couple more just ahead. I don't think they want to give up this position, but we're definitely going to have a run on them in turn 1. We will pull off. Oh no! Locking it up with these other cars. This is going to be a slowdown penalty coming out of this. See the BMW behind now. On the last lap we make a mistake in turn 1 with the LMP2 cars. Oh, got us a little off track. They were trying to overbrake and race us for no reason. You can see the BMW just behind now, probably about a second back. That was close. These LMP2 cars are making it difficult. This should be the last lap. We are in ninth. We're going to try and drive defensively here. Well, this one comes down to the wire. BMW might have a run, but we're going to drive defensively, try and break the slipstream. It's going to look like they want to make a move to the inside. The Parabolica. I'm going to turn in late, but still get the run on them. It should be the end of the race. 9th place. Barely 9th. Alrighty. Well, we started this race with a 12:33. We gained 24 points. And we're up to a 12:57 now. Did finish in 9th. Started in 10th, so we gained that one spot back. Pretty rough race. I mean, not too bad for us, but could have gone better for us. Who knows what position we would have ended up in. That was a pretty scary, and BMW caught us quick when we made that mistake. Alrighty. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.